everybody, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jessica Stalker. I'm a real estate agent here in Beverly Hills, but more importantly, I come to you every single day with news regarding the metaverse. Just for the fact that I post videos literally every single day, please like, comment, subscribe, and always hit the bell notification to stay up to date on all things metaverse, because remember, the more you stay up to date, the more money you can make. And yes, I'm going to be selling merch that says that on your t-shirt, just so I can always remind you, stay up to date because you want to make money. Should also make a song about it. Anyways, today I'm going to tell you why the metaverse is the future. Now, first and foremost, this may be a little bit confusing because some of my other titles have talked about why the metaverse is failing, why the metaverse is a scam, and those are true right now. The metaverse is failing, the ones that are out there, and some of them are scams, but I'm talking about the overall idea of the metaverse, not any specific metaverse. I'm simply talking about the next iteration of the internet being a 3D immersive world, open source and decentralized. And I'm going to tell you why. So, in order to understand where the world is going, you always need to look at the kids. Look at the next generation. What are they doing? What are they spending time on? What are their habits? What are their goals in life? What jobs do they want? So, looking at the kids, we can see that this generation of kids, I'm talking about the generation that's anywhere from 1 year old to 5 years old right now, they're literally growing up in a world where they're more comfortable on their laptop, on their iPad, on their iPhone than they are in real life. Now, fast forward to the pandemic, and this accelerated what was already destined to happen, which is kids are becoming more comfortable with technology than they are with real humans. Now, I know in the generation that I grew up, and probably the generation that most of you guys grew up, we grew up in a generation where when we had the pandemic, and that lasted for 2 years and we couldn't see people, we were probably going crazy. I know myself, I was going crazy because being isolated and not being able to have human interaction, it's weird for me because I grew up having human interaction. And although I did have social media when I was around 15, 16, the early ages of me actually developing anywhere from 1 year old to 6 years old, I wasn't developing on a laptop, on a computer screen. So I didn't develop a comfortability that was more comfortable with the laptop than with people. Again, if you look at this generation's kids, they have TikTok, they have Instagram, they have YouTube. Their job roles are they want to be a content creator, they want to be a YouTube star, a TikTok star, an Instagram star. They're now spending more and more time creating content on their phone, digesting content, interacting with people online. So this is the next step for them, is to now have interactions online in a 3D immersive environment, in an environment that feels more lifelike than just a 2D screen. All these kids are growing up playing Fortnite, and in Fortnite, it's not only a video game, but you can also interact with other players, and it's kind of like a 3D simulated world. Now, it's not necessarily a metaverse, but it is like a metaverse because you're interacting with other people in another virtually simulated world, and the next generation of kids is spending so much time on this that it's becoming more normal to meet your friend in Fortnite than it is to meet your friend on the playground. Now, kids are not only growing up looking at screens a majority of their day, so now these screens and these computers and iPads are getting extremely sophisticated, and what if they started interacting with these kids as if humans were interacting with them? Another reason why the metaverse is the future is because now that the kids are growing up in a generation where they're more comfortable on their phone and on their laptop than they are in real life, not saying every single kid, but a lot of kids are growing up more comfortable in a setting where they are on their phone than a real life interaction. Now, the metaverse is going to be a world where you can be whatever you want to be, much like Ready Player One. You can have the job you want to be, you can have the car you want, you can have the social status that you want, you can be seen and heard in ways that maybe in the physical world, this person will never get to experience. So now you have two worlds. You have a world where you can choose to be whatever you want to be. You can work your own hours. You can have the social status, the car, the apartment that you've always dreamed of. You have a lot of friends. You get to be socially whoever you want to be. And then you have this other world where maybe you don't get as many options, which is the real world. Maybe you don't get to be the person you want to be. Maybe you didn't grow up in the family you want to grow up. Maybe you don't have the car, the apartment, the friends. Maybe you've never felt seen or heard in the real world. You're going to choose to have another life in the metaverse. or the kids of the next generation will. Now, we're already seeing this happening. I know personally, I'm 25, and I already know a lot of my friends and even some family members that spend more time on Instagram and YouTube than they do in real life. And they also have alter egos on Instagram, things that they're posting. I'm living this amazing life. I'm really happy. And they have friends or fans that they interact with that they've never met before, but these fans are giving them this boost of ego, like they're this amazing person. And then you meet these Instagram stars or YouTube stars in real life and you're like, you're nothing like who you are online. Well, that's their alter ego. That's where they feel seen and heard, and that's where they feel they can fully express themselves in a way that they can't in real life. Now, I'm not saying this is a good thing. I think that there's, like I always say every single time, positives and negatives to absolutely everything. But I know for a fact that the metaverse, however it looks, because that's the only thing we don't know yet. We don't know how it's going to look, but I know for a fact the metaverse is the next stepping stone in the next iteration of the internet. We had Web 1, which is just reading format. We have Web 2, and you're interactive. You can actually socialize with people. And now we have Web 3, where you jump into the internet and you're experiencing things in a 3D world. So it's an alternative reality. It's another world that people can go in. Now, a lot of people will argue that this is a really, really bad thing for people's mental health, because if you feel that you're heard and seen in a fake world, it's not real. However, the only argument I will say to that, because I definitely agree and I will have restrictions for my own kids and their safety. However, I will say my only argument to that is if someone is living in the real physical world and not being seen and not being heard, they're not actually living anyways. I know it sounds a little bit messed up, but at least there's another world where they can actually live in. Because there are people in the real world that are so depressed and so anxious that they never leave their house, they never go anywhere, they don't have friends. There are people like this, and maybe this alternative reality will finally give them a chance to live a life that they were never able to live in this real physical world. So with that being said, please don't be scared, guys. Just stay educated on all of this. Those are just my thoughts on why I know the metaverse is going to be a thing. And there, of course, are a lot of other arguments saying that it's dangerous and it's scary and it's just the government trying to take control. And I have other thoughts on that I'll go into on another video, but this was just me explaining why the metaverse is going to be a thing. And remember, if you want to know where the future is, look at the kids and look at what the kids are doing. And this is what they're doing. So the metaverse is definitely going to be a thing. With that being said, guys, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay up to date on all my metaverse videos. And I'm also going to be posting real estate videos as well, because I had some questions about that. I am a real estate agent in Beverly Hills, so I'm getting into real estate investing, and I'm going to take you on my journey on that as well. You guys have a great day.